deathly quiet. The enemies are defeated, Phantom Ganon is gone. There's just what lies behind that door. Red 2 standing by, all 4 lit and in the green. Welcome back to Wind Waker. It's time to face the final boss. Both forms thereof. Let's do this. It's been a long time coming. But at last, we're making our way through to rescue Zelda and confront Ganondorf. What on earth? Zelda! Who's sleeping on the job?
Do you sleep still? Wait! Do not be so hasty, boy.
Oh, bloody... I keep telling them, send me messages. Just send me messages. I spend all day at work answering the phone. I do not want to hear another telephone ringing as long as I live, and they still insist on ringing me, and they still insist on ringing me at the worst time. I love my family, but I keep telling them send me messages, and they never listen, and they inevitably manage to call me when I'm driving, when I'm in the toilet, or when I'm doing something like this. I'm sorry the mood got ruined, but let's get back to it.
I can see this girl's dreams. Oceans. 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 Oceans, would you believe? Oceans as far as the eye can see. They are vast seas. None can swim across them. They yield no fish to catch. What did the King of Hyrule say? That the gods sealed Hyrule away? And they left behind people who would one day awaken Hyrule? How ridiculous! So many pathetic creatures, scattered across a handful of islands, drifting on this sea like fallen leaves on a forgotten pool. What can they possibly hope to achieve? Don't you see? All of you. Your gods destroyed you! I have been waiting for you, boy. For one like you. Yes, for the hero. Do not betray my expectations.
Ganon's body starts warping and twisting. And before us, a horrifying monstrosity. Which looks really creepy, just bobbing around like that. This is Puppet Ganon. In a way, symbolic of all that we are. Puppets dancing on the strings of the gods. Watch out for Puppet Ganon's attacks. And sever those strings. Watch for its attacks. And cut those strings. If we can get the boomerang up there, we do have to go from distance. But we've got one more string to cut. Alright, so once it's in danger, it starts doing donuts and it releases keys. So. Oh no, it disappeared into the roof and it's... Alright, so it's doing a Calais Demos. You'll probably want to get behind it then and cut those strings. Whoop. We especially want to sever the string on the tail. Hit that orb and that's what we need to do to defeat it. So basically this is a final exam. How well did you do against Calais Demos? Admittedly, I didn't do very well. But we should be able to handle Ganon fairly easily. And it's kind enough for the keys to drop supplies. Oh, it moved. Ah, no! Well, at least it's smart. It's just a matter of getting behind it to sever the string on the tail, because if you can actually cut the string on the tail first, it's much easier to deal with, but it's not stupid. And it generally won't let you do that. Where is it? Oh no! It just moved out of the way. This is... So yeah, this is... Okay, this is proving more tedious than... This is proving more... I don't know, tedious than anything else? Wait, there's a warp jar in here? Why is there a warp jar? What happens if I... Well, those arms... Yeah, that... stretches really weirdly. Usually... Usually the string on the tail is going to be the last one you cut. Alright, that's 2 hits. Could do with a bit of magic. Now, I'm sure that if you're a good shot, you can probably wind up hitting that... Probably wind up hitting that orb. Wait, that's not what I want. We got the orb on the tail. Got it! Puppet Ganon is defeated. Wait, the music's different. Nope, not done yet. It's mutating into a different form. A gigantic monstrous spider with a freaky boar's face. So, basically watch for the shadows of monsters that hang from the ceiling. Watch for the spider roulette. In fairness, this is the absolute easiest of the lot. If you get lucky with where the spider lands, you can take this one out so easily. But it's not done yet. In the great tradition of Moldorm being a right royal pain in the keister, the last form of Ganon is pretty much a Moldorm. It's just aim and hope. You can stun it by hitting it in the head. But that's not really going to do much. So, now, do you remember in the previous episode where I said... Yeah, that's right. Not even Ganon is immune to all-purpose bait. We just have to deal with the morphs. And yet, we can actually take out Ganon with bait. There's always a quick kill trick. I need to get away from here because it's... I've sent it berserk! Oh, it's not happy with me. Whoa! Point blank shot! I've disgraced my degree from Stormtrooper school, but we've beaten him! At least we've beaten Puppet Ganon. That was spectacular! But yeah, there's always a stupid trick like that to handle bosses.
Yes, surely you are the hero of time, reborn.
He's still alive.
Your time has come. Come now, stand before me. To space!
Well, we're gonna have to heal up. We got knocked around a little bit. Nothing really we can do. Other than climb the rope. I don't think we can swing at it and get to where those torches are. There are pickups. But I don't know if we could actually get to them. I've never really tried. I'm going to need my light arrows. We definitely need those. It's a tall and towering room. The impact of the scene is just perfectly enhanced by the fact there's no dialogue. I mean, no music. It's just silent. There's almost nothing happening in a sense. It really does add to the impact. It's just... You've been through so much. It's the tension in the air, the sense of finality. Don't fall off because it's a really bloody long way down. It's our resupply options. We're well stocked at least. I am really, really nervous about falling off. I really don't want to fall off because I know that after all the disasters I've had, I'm probably going to wind up looking like an idiot. So there's our warp jar up there. Need to get to that so that if we do fall off, we can warp our way up. We can go back down if we need to. Let's set some bombs. I wonder if this is... I wonder if this winds up being like the robot Ridley in Metroid Zero mission. Well, there's our warp jar, because when you fight the Ridley robot, it actually gets stronger if you go for 100%. If you don't quite get 100%, it's not as strong, but it will get a lot more aggressive and powerful if you wind up going for that 100%. So that's actually pretty neat. Where do we go? Can we do it from here? Will the hookshot reach? Yep. Well, this is it. The final boss fight. The top of the tower. Where's the staircase?
My country lay within a vast desert. When the sun rose into the sky, a burning wind punished my lads, searing the world. And when the moon climbed into the dark of night, a frigid gale pierced our homes. No matter when it came, the wind carried the same thing: death. But the winds that blew across the green fields of Hyrule brought something other than suffering and ruin. I coveted that wind, I suppose. It can only be called fate. That here I would again gather the three with the crests. That I should lay my hand on that which grants the wishes of the beholder. That when power, wisdom, and courage come together, the gods would have no choice but to come down. The power of the gods. The Triforce. He who touches it will have whatever he desires granted. Already, the crest of wisdom is mine. All that remains.
Whew, that was close. And he's got a mean haymaker, as Smash showed us.
Do not fear. I will not kill you. I merely have need of the power that dwells within you.
Oh, sweet, a new Link plushie.
Now, let us put an end to that which binds us together. Gods, hear that which I desire! Expose this land to the rays of the sun once more! Let them burn forth! Give Hyrule to me! He who touches it will have whatever he desires granted. That is what you said, is it not, Ganondorf?
Where did he come from? He just literally appears. It's almost a literal Deus Ex Machina for the king to just suddenly come out of nowhere.
Gods of the Triforce, hear that which I desire. Hope! I desire hope for these children. Give them a future. Wash away this ancient land of Hyrule. Let a ray of hope shine on the future of the world. And let our destinies finally be fulfilled. Ganondorf, may you drown with Hyrule! This is foolishness! A future? For you?
What are you laughing at, Ganondorf? You're insane! Lunk, I'm sorry. I overslept. I think it's time for us to say goodbye to this place. We must return to the world above. Back to our ocean.
Very well then. Allow me to show you your future. Yes, allow me to show you just what hope you have. See how much your precious Triforce is worth!
The final boss fight. I'll use this bow to cover you. Attack him as best you can. It's a fantastic sequence. Ganondorf has just lost it. He's absolutely furious. We have to distract him so that Zelda... We have to distract him so that Zelda can hit him with the light arrows. Essentially, we're almost putting down a wounded dog. Ganondorf has just lost it. His dream is shattered. Everything he's devoted his entire life to. Wow, his kick goes through our guard, okay. Right, so... Man, I'm rusty on this. He finally gets a bit fed up, but he doesn't actually cut down Zelda for some reason. He just punches her away. We have to parry his attacks now. Land as many hits as you can. His entire life's work is just gone. And he's just lashing out in a violent fury, unable to do anything. It's not a particularly hard boss fight, but it's excellent cinematically speaking. Because it's just the desperate actions of a man who's lost it all. I think we have to parry him a couple of times. Oh, Zelda, that was not good timing. We just have to finish him off. Finish him. And this land off. Lunk, you have to distract him. Are you ready? I'll aim for you and you use your shield. Do you get it? And then, bang! Right through the head.
The wind is blowing.
At long last, finally remembering who he was, finally remembering his goals, Ganondorf dies as himself. As a man who once wanted the best for his people, who once wanted to give them a better life but was consumed by evil, by his own hunger for power. He became a tyrant, driven by a reckless desire for more power, to take over the world. That dream of securing a better life for his people long abandoned as he mercilessly controlled them, becoming a monstrous demon king. Only now, as he recognizes his goal, remembers who he once was, does it slip from his grasp at the last. We had to put him down as he lashed out in a violent fury, everything gone. And at long last, he finally escapes the cycle of reincarnation, dying as himself. It's no wonder this is my favourite incarnation of Ganondorf, and I think the best in the entire series. It's even more tragic when you factor in the retcon Skyward Sword made, because he had no choice. He was forced by Demise's curse to screw things up and become evil, no matter what. Ganondorf was going to get it wrong. And that's just... It makes him even more tragic because no matter how much he wanted a good life for his people, it was always going to go wrong. He was never going to get it right. He was never going to get his hands on the Triforce and get that gentle breeze that blew across Hyrule for his people because a cruel trick of fate said so. And when you think about it, we've condemned fire to a lifetime at the bottom of the ocean. That kind of sucks too. It's a hell of a fight. But a beautiful, not the hardest, but a beautiful method of storytelling.
My children, listen to me. I have lived regretting the past, and I have faced those regrets. If only I could do things over again. Not a day of my life has gone by without my thoughts turning to my kingdom of old. I have lived bound to Hyrule. In that sense, I was the same as Ganondorf. But you... I want you to live for the future. There may be nothing left for you. But despite that, you must look forward and walk a path of hope, trusting that it will sustain you when darkness comes. Farewell. This is the only world that your ancestors were able to leave you. Please, forgive us.
Wait! You could come with us.
Yes, sir.
Is that... We will...
The land that will be the next Hyrule.
Oh wait, that's Tetra. We will find it. The land that will be the next Hyrule. So...
Ah, but child, that land will not be Hyrule. It will be your land.
Somehow we've got our bubble suits. Desperately we reach out.
I have scattered the seeds of the future.
It's getting a bit hard to do this. My voice is gone. I have to put in a bit of an effort for Ganondorf's voice. I suppose it's fitting that his voice and the King of Red Lions were fairly similar. And hey, we've got Tetra back! Where are we? Hey, it's Kamali! How you doing, man? He's led the search party. Look at how confident he is. His character development is fantastic. Yep, and the whole crew's here. There's Nico. And Aryll up in the crow's nest. Well, you know, we've got a ship. And that's what we need. Because what the Black Pearl really is freedom. Quoth Jack Sparrow, of course. But we have an ocean, we have a future, we can head wherever we want and make that future for ourselves. Hey, Medley and Makar are here too! Now, bring me that horizon! Well, frustrating as some of those last bits were, I forgot how good that ending was. Thank you, Mr. Iwata. Thank you, Mr. Miyamoto, Mr. Tezuka, Mr. Aonuma, everyone who worked on this game. Thank you. Oh yeah, some bits will be a little bit annoying, but there are bits that can be annoying with every game, especially when you're trying to present the best possible version of yourself you can. But what an adventure! Oh, it still holds up. It's still beautiful. It is still one of the best out there. That, just, even if it's not necessarily the hardest, for storytelling, you just can't beat that ending. It's set up so well. Just that, the emotion, the desperation in that final fight as Ganondorf's dreams crumble around him and the future is established. Oh boy, I didn't think I'd get as much done as I did. This was supposed to be a de-stressing project, but I'm so glad I charged ahead with everything. I made a hell of a lot out of it. Apart from the Picto Box quest, And it's the first time I've got all the heart pieces and found all the treasure chests. The music is fantastic, the gameplay is still strong, and yes, I do wish they'd added in the other dungeons and that when they did the re-release on the Wii U. But what we've got is a beautiful game, and there is no beauty that hath not some strangeness about it. Oh man, it's still good, it's still beautiful, and I'm so glad it's done. Where to now though? Well, GoldenEye isn't done yet. It probably won't be done for a little while. What a game though. I hope you've enjoyed it. I'm really, really happy with this in the end. Maybe I could have done a little bit more, but that's the perfectionist in me talking. But I discovered so much. I got so much more out of one of my favourite Zelda games ever. It was a better experience. Oh yeah, sure, there were little frustrating moments. But that's just how it goes. Nothing's perfect. We've had an amazing story, that amazing conclusion. We headed out on the Great Sea and we got Phantom Hourglass and Spirit Tracks, which maybe aren't the strongest in the series, but they're not bad. They're good, quirky little adventures in their own way, and they've got some nice Tingle went past, kill it with fire! But yeah. It's still amazing. 20 odd years on and it still holds up. I don't know, I've managed to wind up enjoying this even more than the recent ones. Like, I'll admit I haven't got as much out of Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom. I haven't really been getting much out of those. They just didn't click with me. But this did. Link's Awakening did. There is just something truly special about these games. And I mean, just because Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom didn't hit it for me doesn't mean that they're not special games. But it's like, this is a homecoming for me. I came back to where it all began. This was my first Zelda game. I somehow missed out on Ocarina of Time despite growing up in the N64 era. I missed out on Majora's Mask. I didn't pick up any of the Oracle games, and I made sure to rectify that. I've been playing plenty of Zelda games over the years. I love this one. It's so special. It's so charming. The way it produces those emotions, the way you see the characters grow and develop throughout the story. I think they had magic here. They really had some magic with this game. I'm sure they've been able to recapture that. Of course, how well they did can depend on your attitude. Everybody's going to have different favourites, different likes and dislikes. But this one's always going to be special for me. It's still a gem. It's still wonderful. And there we are. We've made it home, but we're ready to set out. We've said our goodbyes to everyone. There we are, my dinky little boat. Silent after so many years. I'll be back someday. The wind's at our back. The horizon is open before us. Let's go! Anchors away! Hold the tiller steady! As for our destination, the wind will guide us. And there we are. It's like the start of the Sydney to Hobart. Just the little touches, like the ways the eyes move to indicate sadness. There's just so much to love about this game, as I said. Whew! What a gem. What a gem. They still make them like this. The game will save and make a file for a second playthrough. Okay, to keep current save... Right. I'm gonna save over that. So there's our New Game Plus, which lets us play in Link's pajamas from the start of the game. Which is a really nice touch. We get the hero's new clothes, which are invisible. We still get the outline of everything, but we just get to wander around in our lobster shirt. It's very interesting because your grandma says that the hero's new clothes can only be seen by those who are truly honest. Here's the funny thing. Hyrule can't see them. But you want to know who can? Ganondorf. Yeah, it's a bit ridiculous, isn't it? Hyrule has a mischievous side and she obviously isn't always as wholesome as she seems, and yet Ganondorf, at least in this game, he's truer about his motives. But yeah, I don't know where I'm going to go next. I'll still keep working on GoldenEye. Maybe I'll debut a few episodes of that, just to see if people like it. But as for the next project, well, like Tetra said, the wind will guide us. What's this going to give us? Oh, wait, we're going through the... Oh, damn it, I can't skip this. Oh, no, wait, maybe I can. There had to be one more little hiccup in this session. We've had everything. I've had frustrating enemies. I've had interruptions. But we got there. Wherever we go, it's going to be a good journey. Thank you very much for joining me, as always. We can finally put a wrap on this one. And as I always say, look after yourselves and be good to one another. It's more important than ever before. Till the next mission, this is Red 2, returning to base.